Throughout the Bible, you can find many scriptures mentioning stars. And although the stars help to light up the night sky, they can also hold an important spiritual meaning. So let's talk about the meaning of a star in a dream. Stars are mentioned quite a bit in the Bible, from the story of creation in Genesis to the end of time in Revelation. Genesis 1:16 first mentions the stars when it said, God made two great lights, the greater light to govern the day and the lesser light to govern the night. He also made the stars. So in a dream, a star can have different meanings depending on what's going on in the dream. 1 Corinthians 15:41 says, the sun has one kind of splendor, the moon another, and the stars another, and star differs from star in splendor. So we're going to talk about what a star can mean in your dream. Number 1, a star in a dream can represent Jesus. In the 2nd chapter of Matthew, it talks about the 3 wise men, and it says, where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and are come to worship him. So the star over Jesus represented Jesus. Also in Numbers 24:17, it said, there shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel. In fact, Jesus spoke about himself in Revelation 22:16 when he said, I, Jesus, I am the root and offspring of David and the bright morning star. 2 Peter 1:19 says, we have the prophetic word as to a lamp shining in a dark place until the day dawns and the morning star rises in your hearts. So the morning star precedes the day, and that can be symbolic of Jesus bringing the light of the gospel. So a star in a dream can represent Jesus. Number 2, an angel. So a star in a dream can be speaking of an angel. An example is in Job 38, where angels are called morning stars. Also in Revelation 1:20, it speaks of the 7 stars, which represent the 7 angels of the 7 churches in the end times. But a star in a dream can also represent an angel in a negative way, meaning an evil angel. In Isaiah 14:12, it says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? So while Jesus referred to himself as the true morning star, Lucifer, also known as Satan, is also called a day star or morning star. So depending on what's happening with the star in the dream, a star can represent an angel of God or a fallen angel, which is Satan or a demon. Number 3, a Christian. A star or stars in a dream can represent Christians. Philippians 2:15 says, do everything without grumbling or arguing, so that you may become blameless and pure. Then you will shine among them like stars in the sky. So a Christian who has the light of God in their heart can shine so brightly that they'll be like stars. So a star in a dream or stars in a dream can represent Christians. Number 4, leadership. So a star in a dream can be speaking of a particular leader or be pointing to a leadership position. We see an example of this in Genesis 37, when Joseph has a dream where his brothers are represented as the 11 stars that bowed down to him. And all 12 of them, including Joseph, became known as the leaders of the 12 tribes of Israel. So a star in a dream can represent a particular leader or a leadership position. Number 5, a public figure or well-known person. A star can be widely seen throughout the earth, so a star in a dream can represent a regional or world figure or even a well-known actor or entertainer whom we tend to call a star or a movie star. So depending on the context of the dream and what's going on, a star can be speaking of someone who is a public figure or a worldwide figure. Number 6, a falling star. So you can have a dream that you're witnessing a star falling. This can represent a well-known person who has a fall in some way. They're being brought down in some way. This could be speaking of a fall from grace, or it could even be speaking of death. It could mean that someone prominent is about to die or experience some sort of decline. It could be a spiritual, mental, or financial decline. It would be pointing to someone or even something. It could be talking about an organization that is of high rank or in a high position, like they have a high spiritual position or political position, and they're about to be brought down. Now, this could be positive or negative. A positive example is when Jesus said in Luke 10:18, "I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven." A negative example is seen in Revelation 2:5 when Jesus addressed the Ephesus church and he said, "So remember the heights from which you have fallen and repent and do the works you did at first." So a falling star can be speaking of a person or even an organization of high rank that's going to be brought down in some way. Number 7, a dark star. So you can have a dream that you're looking up into the sky and you're looking at a bright star, and all of a sudden the star goes dark. It loses its light. This would be similar to a falling star, and this could represent someone or something that once reflected God's glory, but for whatever reason has lost the favor and grace of God. Hey, have you picked up your copy of The Mysterious Language of Dreams yet? In this book, I go more in depth about dreams and dream interpretation than I do on my YouTube videos. I talk about the depth dimension of dreams, dream layers. I talk about the time dimension of a dream. Also, dreams and the imagination, which is quite interesting. I also have put over 40 real-life actual dreams that people have dreamt in the book for you to practice your interpretation skills. Also in the back of the book is a dream dictionary with over 400 dream symbols. So I've left a link in the description box below where you can go and pick up your copy of The Mysterious Language of Dreams today. Have you had a dream about a star? If so, leave it in the comments section. And don't forget, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And if you're not a part of the Dream Team, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you won't miss any upcoming videos. I'll talk to you next time.